Warm welcome to this video. Now, this is a total relaunch of the AVWAP Navigator. Why we are changing this? Because markets evolve, strategies also evolve. So software should also evolve. Over the past few years in the Indian options market, we have seen a lot of changes. A lot of stocks do not have weekly expiries now, indices. The only weekly expiry we have now is of the Nifty and the Sensex. Added to that, the margin differentials, the lot size, a lot of things has changed over the last 2 years. So when we observe this in live market, a lot of research has gone into refining the total indicator suite. With the existing version has served traders well across different market conditions. Every trading session has provided new insights into how the tools can be made even more effective. That is why we have rebuilt the platform. Not because the previous version stopped working, but because we believe that standing still in the markets is the fastest way to become obsolete. So the next generation indicator suite, which you are going to see now, has been redesigned with three clear objectives. One is greater robustness, that is, the algorithms have improved, which handles better changing market conditions and helps reduce noise while maintaining consistency across a wide range of market environments. Higher precision. This last 2 years of live feedback and quantitative research have allowed us to fine tune signal generation, filtering, and decision support, enabling traders to focus on higher quality opportunities. Simpler execution. Powerful analytics are only valuable when they're easy to interpret. The new interface has been redesigned to reduce complexity, present information more intuitively, and help traders make faster, more confident decisions. So, this is not just a cosmetic update. It represents 2 years of continuous research, thousands of market hours, and countless refinements based on real world trading experience. That is why you see, just a few weeks back, I had posted on Twitter that a revamp is coming, and I was still checking that whether this is actually helping me in real markets or not. So the philosophy has been simple. Your subscription is not just access to indicators, it is access to ongoing research and continuous development. So every update will cover further research, development, testing, and innovation so that you continue receiving tools and evolve with the market rather than becoming outdated. For existing members, this is another step in ensuring your trading toolkit remains at the cutting edge. For new members who are seeing this video and might be interested, there has been never been a better time to join. You will be starting with the most advanced version of our research to date, built on years of live market analysis, quantitative analysis, and relentless refinement. The markets never stop evolving, so neither do we. So let us proceed step by step. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each upgrade as a standalone feature. Then I'm going to combine all into the total indicator suite, three indicators, and show you how trading is actually being done. Okay. Now, if you're joining new, I will just start with how the indicators are plotted. Actually, this is the only indicator which requires a bit of input. So you click on option chain analyzer, you will get something like a blue here. Click anywhere on the charts. So let's click wherever the price is. I'm clicking somewhere around here. The moment I click, this indicator comes at the bottom. The settings you have to change. This is Nifty. Strike ATM reference is 250. Strike strip is 50. Year is 26. Month is 7. Date is also 7. Whenever you are changing this for the first time, save this as default. So this is the indicator which is being plotted on your chart. Now this is the old indicator, the options chains indicator, option chain analyzer, which we used to use. Now what this did was, it analyzed the option chain and simply gave you a bullish or a bearish reading. That is, if it is blue, it is bullish. If it is red, it is bearish. As you can see, when the option chain is basically blue, the market is going up. When it is red, it's coming down. A small blue went up a bit. Now this indicator served this purpose. It was cutting edge. Rather than looking at the option chain figures, you could look at this particular indicator and understand what the option chain is telling you. But this did had some lacuna. That is, here we are strongly bullish. This one is also telling me strong. This one also is telling me strong. This one is also telling me strong. So just strong bullish, strong bearish. Other than that, there was no interpretation. How strong or how bearish the option chain indicator is now vis-a-vis what has been doing over the past few days or the past few hours. So this is what you are going to see now. Your indicator has already been updated. What you are going to see on your chart is this. This also obviously has the same input parameters. If you can see, this is Nifty, strike ATM reference, strike step, expiry and everything. So what it initially does is, rather than a flat strongly bullish, strongly bearish, it gives you an idea how bullish we are. So you see the bullish indicator is now moving like an oscillator. So let me just show you an example how this works. For example, if I concentrate on these two places, you see that they are almost equally bullish, correct? But here it is telling you that though both places are bullish, both places are bullish, this one is not as bullish as this one, right? So there's a chance that this bullish won't continue. True, it does not continue, gets into bearish. So previously this indicator, you would have probably taken the market to be very strongly bullish out here. But now you understand, though it is bullish, it is not as strong as the previous one. So chances are this move will not continue. So if you are in a long, you can take your profits and wait for the next signal, right? This is the most important update out here. Here also, if you see this, let me just increase the chart. This is Friday's data. This 24,446 we was extremely strongly bullish, correct? The previous indicator showed you that this is strongly bullish, this is also strongly bullish, but here it is telling you this bullishness is not as strong as the previous one. It's rather much lower than the previous one. So this bull move might not continue. True, does not continue, comes down. The previous indicator actually showed you a little bullish after that, but here it straight goes into kind of zero. That is, it becomes neutral, then it comes into a sell, and then the market goes down. This is, I would say, update 1. Update 2 is you get these green and red signals with a background. This is actually something called a gamma burst. So this is the new thing which has been already used in the indicator. As we know, gamma burst is effective in Indian markets after 2 p.m. on an expiry day. So that is one we're looking for a gamma burst. Gamma does not have any factor in the rest of the expiry on non-expiry days. But if it comes on a non-expiry days, the signal actually means that the market is going to move violently, right? Sometimes it gives you a signal before it happens, sometimes it gives you a signal when it's happening and stuff. But I would say focus on this primarily on expiry days. Rest of the days, if in a flat market, if the signal comes, you are actually going to go up. Now, here you are seeing the signals a bit later because you're on a different Nifty level. Nifty level out here was 24,100. Just give it a few moments. Yeah, done. So here what happens is, this one was bearish. This one was strongly bearish if you see the chain indicators now. Now this was before the close. This day was 9:15. This is 30th June. This was actually 29 June. At the closing, the option chain is showing you bearish and the gamma burst is telling you there's a lot of things happening out here which might lead to the market fall. Next day morning, market opens at 24.17. In 30 minutes, goes down to somewhere around 23,877. So this signal is actually a predictor. This is kind of an alert. It doesn't mean you have got to sell then. It means get an alert that a major move is coming in the options market. So these are the basically the major changes from the new option chain analyzer. I will just shut off the old one. So the new one, what you will see is, you will see a choice out here, oscillator engine, it's dynamic and old approach. The reason I kept the old approach was, I will remove this later. If you want to see the previous, how it was being shown, gamma burst will be coming on both the scenarios as of now. But the default is dynamic, the indicator. So kindly keep it at that and use the indicator. This is change 1 in the option chain analyzer. Now let us come to change 2. In the change 2, previously, this is your current auto AVWAP, where the AVWAPs are being plotted as they are. Now the first change which we had a lot of complaints, that is regarding the rocket signal. It comes and then it vanishes. That was a bug. We have rectified it. As of now, if you get a rocket signal, it will not vanish, it will stay there, it will not repaint or go away or do anything. Now, another major change is, as of now, if you see this, there are a lot of signals, correct? I will just adapt the new one, shut off the old one. Now you see the difference. Now the signals are not like scalping signals. They are kind of trend signals, very few signals, but very solid signals. Okay. Rest of the AVWAP and stuff is basically the same, but the signal quality has changed. Previously, we used to get so many signals. Now, very few signals. So this is the major change in the new option chain analyzer. In the new auto AVWAP. It also has another feature in this indicator. I'm going to show that to you as a standalone feature. If you go absolutely at the bottom, you will see something like show daily range, show weekly range. Okay. So rather than cluttering this chart, I will show this feature in a different chart, new chart, and then come back here and just attach it here. So this is something called a weekly range projection. Daily range, weekly range. If I switch this off, you get basically a blank chart. So first of all, let us start with the weekly range. Actually, when you are trying to trade, first see what the weekly range is. Every week from Monday, it will plot a range. What this says is, this week, the coming week, Monday to Friday, expect Nifty to stay within this range. That is normal. If Nifty goes out, normally this will act as support and resistance, obviously. But if Nifty goes outside this range, expect a large move in that direction. Correct? Now, how does it work? This particular indicator, this particular feature takes into account the volatility and projects a range for the next day or the next week. Now, after certain time, after certain number of days, it matches whether what it projected, markets actually behave like that. If it behaves like that, fine. If it does not, then it recalculates and modifies or self-adapts the conditions to the current volatility condition. Now, this I was showing you the weekly range. If I show the daily range, which mainly you are interested, the daily range will something like this. So these are the daily ranges. So every day you get a prediction that what the range will be, correct? Now you can see two colors on this particular range predictions. One is yellow, one is blue. When it is blue, expect the market to move violently and probably take a range breakout. When it is yellow, market conditions are normal. Markets probably 80-85% of the time will be within this particular range. Ideally, what you will do is, if you plot both, for example, let us take this week. This week starting Monday, Nifty prediction was this will be the weekly range. Continuously Nifty within the week traded within that range. On Friday, it broke out outside the weekly range, then outside the daily range. And as you can see, the move from 23,900, the move went up to somewhere around 23,722. So this was the large move which we predicted. But majority of the time, the week will be spent within this range. I know it gives rise to a lot of ideas in your mind. That's it. For example, here, the market sold off, and here you knew, otherwise, if you don't have the weekly range in play, here it looks market is going down in a big way and stuff. But the moment you put the weekly range in play, as I said initially, there's a support and resistance. So you get a weekly support somewhere around here. See, this was the previous week. Market sold off early morning in the bit. The weekly support held and then it went up, broke out. It was bullish. So ideally, both these two should be placed initially when you are starting to trade on Monday. Have an idea of the weekly range and plot the daily ranges on your chart. On this indicator, on the auto AVWAP, I switched it off so that the chart did not clutter and you understood the feature as a standalone feature. So now what I will do is I will just plot the daily range with this. Here, along with your AVWAPs, now you have the ranges, daily ranges plotted. You can make an idea according to that. If you want to have the weekly ranges in hand, plot this also here. So it gives you a context that where Nifty is trading within this weekly range and within the daily range. Then obviously your standard auto VWAP buy sell signals and stuff come into play, right? So this is the second feature or the second indicator which has gotten an update. This one I already explained. The last one is the volatility quant indicator, the vol quant. Now, vol quant as of now, you see this indicator on your charts. Yellow is basically congestion, you do not trade. You try to trade when the indicator is red, that is volatility is increasing. For analysis, we gave a lot of analytics on the right side. What is the regime, whether the probability is of expansion or compression, whether volatility is persistent, whether the bias is bullish or bearish, what is the gradient of volatility and stuff. But I understand looking at all these figures and taking a trading decision in real time might be a bit of a, I would say, pressure on the brain. So the new version, what it does is, same features are there, but as you can see now, when it is yellow, there will be no signal coming even if you are bullish or bearish. If the conditions come into play, that is, note is now you will see note in a different way. If I just go back and show you how this works, let us go to somewhere around here. What I want you to notice is this particular, well, let's just switch this off, the old one. Yeah. So now what happens is, let's delete this. Yeah. Here it tells you trend forming, wait for confirmation for 1 or 2 hours. I will just start this. Bearish, expansion building, normal size. No edge, wait. The bearish move will not continue. So if you did a short out here, you should get out. Bearish but vol fading, tighten stops, take partials. Vol is fading, vol is not expanding. So you don't expect Nifty to go down like this. Compression, no trend trades, range theta tactics only. And sorry, I want you to concentrate here because when there will be a buy and sell, when all the conditions come into place, you will get these signals. Just let us watch it for a few minutes. I started it on Thursday, so Thursday and Friday will be covered. Deep compression, stand aside. No edge. If you try to take a, now you cover long, but you don't have an edge if you get into a long. Edge building, now comes the move. See, it gave you a long on the previous day, now we got at. So you don't have to see all these figures, you just see this indicator and see where this long or this short is coming, and you trade according to that. Just have a look at the note. It's still telling you compression. Here. It's shorting from here and you can see it's going down. So that brings us to an end to the replay. Now we have seen what the changes are. Now if I put all in perspective, this is what your template is actually looking like with all the new indicators in place. Now let us check just Friday, what's going on. Friday market jumped up and opened. From yesterday, there was a long. There was a kind of gamma signal early at the open. So the first bar, okay, just increase this bar. So this was actually your first bar. This one, right? We don't trade on the first bar. By the way, this is probably a 5-minute chart. Yes. On the next bar, the gamma burst gives you a signal that this is bullish. The vol quant gives you a signal this is bullish. On your OCA, you get a gamma bus signal, it is bullish. Option chain is bullish. So this bar, when it completes, if you take at 24,355, in 10 minutes, you are up to 24,432, right? Then here comes your rocket signal, which suggests you are in a big move. Here it breaks out of the upper AVWAP. Option chain is bullish. Volquant also has given you a long signal out here. Now, Volquant, when it is giving you a long signal out here, this one, and rockets are already telling you that a big move is on the go. So above this, you buy somewhere around 24,426. You get till 24,449. But here something interesting happens. Markets is kind of at a weekly high. Your option chain out here is telling you this is bullish. It is not as bullish as it was yesterday when this move, this gap up came. So this bullish is probably intraday bullish and it is not going to take a continuation. Simply the oscillator top is lower than this. There is an oscillator divergence on the OCA. True to fact, this starts to go down. I do not have a trade till here. Here, both match. Volquant is giving you bearish. Option chain analyzer giving you strong bearish. So if I short somewhere around here, 24,395, I keep this as my stop loss, 24,433, this upper AVWAP. Market falls immediately to 24,355 and the whole day it was down. Now, when it came down, now if you notice where the ranges are coming in play, this is actually where the support came. So this was kind of the day low. It took the support and it went up. So this is how it works. Now I can show you a lot of trades how this has happened in the past, correct? For example, there was only one buy signal on AVWAP on here and see that was a clean buy signal. So the signals are now lower. Now what I'm going to do is, these indicators obviously are already updated. If you are already an AVWAP Navigator subscriber, it is there. If you are absolutely new to this, you are seeing this video for the first time, on my Twitter profile and also in this particular YouTube video in the description, you will see a link to a Google form. Fill it up, give me your email ID and your TradingView ID, right? Now, your TradingView ID is not your kind of email ID. Your TradingView ID is this. For example, mine is QuantGym. So if you just click somewhere around here, you will get your TradingView ID out here. So share that ID. From Monday to Friday, 5 days, I will give you a demo. It's a no condition demo. See every day how it works, whether it matches your trading style, whether you can take an advantage out of it. Every day post market in the evening, I will post a video on how that day went on Nifty, or if there's a Sensex expiry on Sensex, and show you how this indicator set actually worked in real market. Now, as of now, if I show you what has happened in the past 1 week, 1 month, whatever, number one, the option chains are not there. They have expired. So the OCA which you see works on TradingView on the current option chain. TradingView does not save historical option chain so that I can show you on historical data. And more importantly, this is kind of a forward test. From Monday to Friday, from 6th July till Friday, I don't know how the market will behave, how the indicator will behave. So if you see it working in live markets in front of you, you will get more confidence that this actually works for you or not. So after seeing for 5 days, if you think if it works for you, then think of subscription. If you think ye koi kaam ka nahi hai, see the demo, move on. So that's it. If you have any questions, you can obviously email me or ask me on Twitter or DM. And if you are looking for a demo, just go down below on this description box of this particular YouTube video or my Twitter profile where I pinned this tweet of this relaunch and fill up that Google form. I'm publishing this on Sunday, 5th July. So by tomorrow morning, 6th July, before market starts at 9:15, your indicators will be activated. Your indicator names will be starting with QuantGym, and you will also get an email from my side that your indicators have been updated and stuff. Okay. So that's it for today. Best of luck for next week. Bye.